Hi you guys, it's Amanda with Healthy House on the Block. I am here with another weekly video and tip on creating an indoor space that is healthy and supports your overall wellness and health as a family. This week we're going to be talking about renovation projects and specifically the materials and products that you're buying when you're doing home improvements. I like to call them green building materials. So I am going to go through 7 different subsections this week, and as always I will take you through some really helpful slides that will kind of be just a visual that is this week's blog post. So if you like to watch a video, this is for you. If you're more of someone who just wants to read through, click on links, and read it at your own pace, then I would encourage you to go to the bottom of this week's description and you can click the link and it will bring you to this week's blog post. It might be helpful for you to go there anyways, just because there's so many products that we're talking about this week that range from flooring to silicone and adhesives for any project that you're doing in your house. I think that using your home as a space to support your overall wellness can be done through little steps, but sometimes it actually requires a bigger project. And if you're in the position where you're going to be doing a home improvement anyways, if you can do the research beforehand and make sure that you're choosing healthier materials and healthier things that you'll be replacing, for example, doors and trim, things like that, then you will actually be reducing toxins in your space and bringing in a healthier option. So it just takes a little planning, and that's what this post is all about. It's to help you do that actual planning. So if you are going to be doing a renovation, a remodel, a home improvement project in the future, I would encourage you to bookmark this post or this video because it will give you a lot of really useful information that you can use in the future. So let's get started on these slides.
All right, you guys. So I think when it comes to improving your home's appearance or any of the systems in your home, it's an excellent time to make these healthy improvements. And all you have to do is plan ahead. You can actually improve your indoor air quality at home through very simple choices that don't cost you any more. They don't increase your budget. They're simple steps you have to take, but you just have to know what they are. So if you knew that choosing a product or material could support your health and wellness and add almost no extra cost to your budget, you'd probably choose that healthier option is my guess. It can be easier said than done. I think that researching each and every product that you're going to use can feel really overwhelming. And sometimes you're like so deep into Googling terms that you get turned around in your research. And it's that feeling of overwhelm that so often is what I talk about. It ends up kind of putting a halt on making those healthier choices. So another important factor that we're going to talk about is knowing how to shop for materials and items for a remodel or a renovation. By understanding that your home should have fewer toxins and chemicals, less dust, and lower humidity, it kind of helps you in making these really great choices at the hardware store. So with that, let's get started here. Again, this is kind of back to what I was saying. An important factor when it comes to choosing materials is knowing how to shop, just what I just talked about. These are like the key things that we want to remember. So we're going to go through, I believe, 7 different sections today, and we're going to start with flooring. Links are on the website as always. So some of the things that you want to avoid during flooring, and the reason is, the sheer square footage of a new material that is being installed in your homes means that the flooring itself has a huge impact on the health of your home. On top of that, most flooring that's present in your home currently probably has a number of toxins. So by making a change to flooring that is healthy, you can actually eliminate a large number of toxins in your home. Through choosing a healthy flooring material, you can improve your indoor air quality and the just overall health of your home really easily. I think the trick is to find flooring that has as few VOCs as possible. Formaldehyde is one of those VOCs. And then you also want to find a material that holds very little moisture and dust in the fibers or the surface. So there are many routes you can go. You can do like a laminate flooring, a toxin-free carpet, natural hardwood, natural tile, which we'll get to in a second. But these are the things we want to avoid. So formaldehyde is a carcinogen. Polyvinyl acetate is a hormone disruptor. It has been linked to neurological toxicity. And if you're looking for studies or more information on any of these toxins, I have links in this week's blog post that you can click on that will bring you to just more information on these particular issues that we find in flooring. So PFOAs and PFCs, they're a carcinogen, also been linked to neurological damage. Xylene, it's harmful to your endocrine system, or like the part of your body that produces hormones, and it creates an imbalance of free radicals in the body. There's toluene, damage to liver and kidneys. Styrene, which carcinogen, again, damages the liver and kidneys, harmful to the nervous system. And then there are flame retardants. This is harmful to your endocrine system and hormone production as well. It's a carcinogen. It's been linked to reduced fertility, hyperactivity in children, reduced IQ in children. So it's something we want to avoid. And then these are some of the things that you can look for when you are looking for toxin-free carpet. So what I find really assuring is that there are a lot of options when you're looking for healthy flooring. You can find options for tile, carpet, hardwood, laminate, that will keep your space as free from as many toxins as possible. These options that I'm going to share with you kind of get a green light from me in terms of green building materials. So you could do like an unfinished hardwood. I really like Cali bamboo geowood for a laminate. If you're going to go with vinyl, you can get the Cali vinyl. Shaw also has a great line. That's what we put in our house. Some of these are not 100% toxin free, but they're low toxin. So, you be the judge for your own house. If you want to do like a tile, you could do a stone or a concrete or a tile that doesn't have lead in it. You could do a natural carpet, which I have some links for some natural carpets, Nature's Carpet, Earthweave. If you want to do a synthetic carpet, which is going to have a few more toxins, but is still a lower toxin option than other synthetic carpets, you want to do Air O by Mohawk. We went and tried out this carpet, bringing home samples of it, and it's got a really good feel. But again, it's a synthetic carpet, so it's not 100% organic or natural, anything like that. And then another idea is to do like organic rugs. So I like Rugs by Rue, and I also like organic weave. You can use my coupon code Amanda for 10% off organic weave. Another thing to consider is make sure that you're using toxin-free adhesives if you need to use adhesives with your flooring, and use a dustless install method to ensure your project doesn't add any unnecessary toxins to the space. So now let's take a look at drywall. Usually the only time that we get to choose a healthy drywall option is when we're either building a home or when you're doing a project that requires new drywall. This is such a great opportunity to opt for a green building material that we normally don't really get to change. So look for drywall that has the highest amount of natural gypsum. We want to avoid synthetic gypsum. These synthetic gypsums release large amounts of mercury into the environment during production, and they're less healthy for your home. We'll go to some of the top picks. So a natural gypsum or magnesium oxide board should be free from biocides. A GreenGuard certified product is another way you can find a really healthy option. If you want to really up your eco game, you could get like a magnesium oxide board, which is ideal for indoor air quality as well. These are some of my favorite options for healthier drywall boards that you can get for your home. So now let's take a look at paint. I have talked about paint extensively. I even have a toxin-free painting guide on my website that you can download. There's so many great options today that are completely VOC free and are still high quality paints. You can even purchase paints made of 100% natural materials and dyes, which is pretty cool. Paints that are lighter in color generally have fewer VOCs, and paints with a darker, deeper tone actually produce more VOCs. So something you can kind of watch out for. It's also a good idea to have fans going in an open window during the painting process. So if there are any VOCs in your paint, they're going to be highest while it's drying. So you can ensure that you have proper ventilation. Essentially, you want to make sure that your paints are free from APEs, which is a hormone disruptor, causes birth defects, antimicrobials, also hormone disruptor, child development delays. It's been linked to reproductive harm. And then we want to stay clear of all VOCs. So we want to look at colorant VOCs and base VOCs. There are two different kinds. There is a little sneak peek at the painting guide, which you can get for free on my website. And then here are some top picks. So I like ECOS, Ecos. I like BioShield, Faro and Ball, Green Planet Paint. The Real Milk Paint Company is another good one. AFM is a great option. So you can find links to all of these on my website if you are looking for that. Another thing that I think we kind of forget about until last minute is getting caulks and adhesives. So quite literally, it's the glue that holds most projects together. I know I didn't actually know it was in them for a really long time. And now I do, so I'm sharing it with you. The biggest problem with these products is that they contain toxins and VOCs that will continue to off-gas for the length of time in your home. So here are some of the ingredients we want to watch out for. There's a lot of them, so we're just going to kind of bop through these pretty quick. Silica is a possible carcinogen. Talc, it contains asbestos, also a known carcinogen. Phthalates are a hormone disruptor. Formaldehyde can be in a lot of adhesives. It's a carcinogen. Styrene, kidney and nervous system damage. We've got biocides, which is linked to respiratory tract damage. BPAs, it's a hormone disruptor. Ethylene glycol is toxic to the kidney and the nervous system. And then isocyanates, which is a carcinogen as well. So I wrote a whole post on adhesives and caulk, which I have linked in this week's blog post if you want to go really deep into this topic. Otherwise, I'm just going to give you my top picks. I have links to these in my blog post this week. These are great options. Some of them are adhesives, some of them are silicone, some of them are like a multi-purpose caulking. So you can take a look and see what you need and get them online. All right, so let's take a look at stains and clear coats. So a lot of times when we're doing a project, if there's wood involved, we need to either stain it or put a clear coat on it or a sealant. The problem with a lot of these stains and sealants is that they off-gas for a really long time. When they're off-gassing, they are exposing you to VOCs. It's important to know that there are so many different kinds of VOCs, and many of them have different effects and are used in different ways. Some of the VOCs that are present in like a clear coat or a varnish are benzene, which is a carcinogen, issues with bone marrow. Formaldehyde is another one. Respiratory issues, also known carcinogen. Methylene chloride was linked to permanent damage of the liver, permanent nerve damage, and it's also a possible carcinogen. Toluene is a human carcinogen, so it's been tested, and tracked with use in humans. Also damage to the central nervous system. And then xylene, which again, I feel like we've talked about a couple times. It's very common in building materials, carcinogen, and causes damage to the kidneys and liver. So here are my top picks for stains and clear coats. Again, these are all linked in this week's blog post. You can get them at a lot of them. You can get at hardware stores. You can special order them. Some of them you can actually get on Amazon. But these are my top picks. And then let's take a look at some insulation. So insulation, again, we're probably not doing this a lot in our homes, but if you have the opportunity to either replace insulation or maybe you're going to finish a basement, add more insulation to an attic. So these are the toxins we want to avoid. A lot of them are going to be similar to some of these other toxins that we've talked about. They're very common in building materials. You might initially think that the toxins in insulation won't make it into your living spaces because they're contained, behind walls. But truly, the truth is that even during installation, tiny particles will be left behind, and parts of the insulation can make its way into your HVAC vents and your house dust, which is going to stick around for a long time. So I recommend third-party certified products in order to ensure that it's safe for your interior spaces. Most of these are third-party certified by the Green Guard Gold certification. The only one that is not is the Owens Corning EcoTouch, which I still feel like is a good option. These you can purchase at hardware stores. I think all of them except the Aeroflex you can find at Lowe's and Home Depot. The Aeroflex is more of like a multi-purpose insulation, so it comes in rolls and sheets. It's good for piping and ductwork, but that can be ordered as well. All right, and our last little section here is for doors and trim. So we're just going to talk about kind of what to look for. It's a big project when you're renovating a space, and you can really make a healthy choice that will improve the indoor air quality inside your home. Green building materials should be as natural as possible, and doors and trims are highly aligned with this idea. So make sure that you're choosing like a solid wood door, solid wood trim to prevent any sort of product that has toxic adhesives or glues in it. And that's what we're going to kind of talk about. So what you want to avoid would be plastics, medium density fiberboard, plywood, particle board, pressed woods, man-made laminates. We want to really opt for hardwood. If you can get unfinished hardwood, that is going to be the best thing because you can add your own stain and clear coat to make it a healthier option for your space. It's also a really good idea to cut all trim and woodwork outside and then clean it off before you bring it into your home. That is the dustless install method that we talked about before.
You guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me and going over all of these green building materials. It was a really fun post to do. I love doing research on these types of things for you. I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel. I do these videos every week. They range from different toxins to ways that you can just improve the overall health and wellness of your space. But every week I am here giving you a healthy house advice and tips. Until next week, be well.